Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717 back with another video. I hope everyone is well. I wanted to share a reading around, finding out exactly why the masculines are doing these types of things right now. Because if you're watching this video, chances are you were attracted to the title. And what I'm feeling too through many of your masculines trying to communicate with you through fake accounts is, and I've mentioned this in past readings, they're trying to get an idea or insight into where it is you are. For a lot of them, they know that this type of behavior is intense, it's obsessive, but it also is teaching them about the intensity towards the feminine versus how they interact with just other people. These types of things that they're doing right now is actually showing them just how much they're on a spiritual journey, because a lot of them are just craving like the bonding. They just want to speak to you, to talk to you. But I feel like many feminines are in a place where the old you would have second guessed yourself, like, is this my masculine trying to communicate with me through this fake account? Okay, maybe it's not, maybe I'm just overthinking. But I feel like the feminine now, like after you guys have really honed in and open up to a lot of your gifts, it's like, no, you intuitively know that this is your person. And many of you are now in a place where you are just like straight up confronting your masculine for doing these types of things. And I think it's also showing your divine masculine as well that it is in fact a spiritual journey, because you can see through them. Like even if it's through a screen, you can still feel their energy so strongly. Okay, so that might be a message for any of you who might be in that place of like, should I just confront this person because I know it's my masculine watching me under a fake account? Yeah, like, I mean, you really have nothing to lose other than sounding crazy to a random person, right? So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of like why it is they're doing this right now. Like, where are they on their spiritual journey of understanding this connection to the feminine that's putting them in this place of being impulsive like this? I feel like a lot of them miss you, and it's just, it's just part of the journey. Like, it's part of the experience, right? Okay, so we have peaceful among the thorns. They're definitely experiencing karma, okay? Because I can't ignore that wheel in the background there. And it's not like it's a bad thing, right? Like, oh yeah, they're getting their karma. Like, no, it's definitely nothing like that. I just feel like there are certain actions that they've taken in the past, and they're now just having to deal with the consequences of those actions. Not all of it are bad consequences. I feel like a lot of them are also reaping the benefits of certain actions that they've taken as well, and they're being forced to really sit down and observe themselves. Like I do feel like for those of you who have already made the move and confronted these fake accounts watching you, it's put your masculine in a place to really sit down and absorb the connection now in an even more like deeper way. Like I feel like a lot of you have shocked them. Like they're like, wow, she really is some kind of like intuitive, or this journey between us is it's really deep, like it's real. Because how on earth would she know it was me? And for a lot of you out there, you're just like, I just know, like the way you move, like your energy is just, that's what speaks to me. And that's what's it's kind of like, yeah, again, putting them in this place where they want to know more, they want to learn more. Okay, so a lot of them are silent right now if they've been busted, and a lot of them will be okay, that one wants to slip out there, but a lot of them will be going into this energy if many of you follow that intuitive hunch and let them know subtly, like, hey, listen, like, cut the shit, I know it's you. I think that they're maybe expecting you not to, or they are still in that space of, again, just really absorbing how intense the connection can be towards the divine feminine. And it's also bringing up things that they need to heal within themselves. These types of antics, these types of games that they play, and how it messes with trust. And I feel like the divine feminine is also holding up a mirror to a lot of these masculines that are engaging in these behaviors, because the divine feminine just simply won't engage in these types of games, because she doesn't fall for things easily. Like, she's not that gullible. And a lot of you are just in that place right now where like you're focused on bigger things other than trying to engage your divine masculine and figuring out how he feels towards you, right? Like many of you are just like, that is your journey, my friend. And it's really triggering for a lot of them. And that's why they're engaging in these types of obsessive behaviors. Okay. They're really trying to grasp what the heck is going on. And they're continuously being put in a place of having to surrender and speak their truth. For a lot of your masculines as well, like they feel so much sexual passion towards you too. And they're also having to see that a lot of this sexual drive and this passion for you, it is because they love you. They are in love with you. And the reason that they are feeling this pull towards you so sexually is because they don't know any other way of showing you how much they love you other than just by like penetrating you, Divine Feminine. Okay. The second card we have here is Fated to Suffer. Okay. And I feel like right now that's exactly how they might be perceiving the connection at times, because they simply just can't have you. Like I see the apple in there as a temptation as well. It's very tempting, and I think it's frustrating for a lot of them because you were once just right there. They had all of these opportunities, and now, like even with the word fate in here as well, they're seeing that this connection was fate. Like no matter what they do, they always cycle back to you, Divine Feminine. And now it's a time of like strategizing. Like when I see Peaceful Among the Thorns, this is a Divine Masculine that has to now sit with the memory of you and strategize, but come from a place of peace, because your intentions were pure, and they're starting to see that the love that you felt for them, it was never a game for you, Divine Feminine. Like it was real, it was deep, it was intense. And I think that you've shown them that more than ever in your decision to give them all the peace of mind that they were looking for by I'm hearing this, like this deck feels so messy right now when I tried to do that shuffle. And that's maybe how they feel, is like a mess. Like they just feel, they feel like they have no choice but to kind of sit there with the memories. I don't know why I can't seem to get them in there. Probably because these cards are so small. Let's do a corner, actually. Okay, why does one keep falling down? Okay, I'm hoping you show me a sign that you're ready. That's why they're following you on fake accounts, because they're hoping that you'll give them some kind of indication that it's a go-ahead. And right now you're saying, listen, like you have a lot of work to do on your own before I'm ready for anything, before you're ready for anything. Because right now I feel like each time you and your masculine connect, it's not long before you two trigger each other into running again. And one or the other just got really frustrated with the cycles, right? The back and forth cycles. Maybe this will be better. Yeah. So they definitely are looking out for some type of indication that you still feel this way, especially at a time where they're feeling the connection with you more intensely than they ever have before. A lot of you know this, and the reason I say this is because a lot of you are maybe tuned into these readings and watching these readings, but sometimes you don't even know why, right? Like you may just be like, why am I even listening to these readings right now? Like I really don't have a desire or an interest. But that's to show you just how much your twin has been on your mind, where it's like tuning into these readings, you've been on like autopilot. And it's like now when you genuinely think about it, you're like, I don't even know, like if I'm just kind of like choosing to listen in on what's going on with them. But at the same time, it's not in this like obsessive type of way. It's more just, okay, this is what I do. I'm on this journey, and just, I don't know, hearing about it is just part of my thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if any of you have felt that vibe. Okay, so I get too emotional around you is another message from your masculines. So this is why they can't show up, I feel, as their true selves as well, because they get too emotional. Their emotions might also make them say things that are really impulsive that they don't mean to say, or they might just get like nervous, or it just kind of pushes them to shut things down rather than being open with you and being vulnerable with you. I get too emotional around you as well also tells me that sometimes when your masculine communicates with you, they might feel themselves getting in a place of like feeling very triggered by you being grounded in your own emotions. Like you may not get overly emotional or excited, or like the way they feel sometimes, divine feminine, is like they don't want to let you go. Like they don't want to let you go off the phone. They don't want you to hang up. They want you to text them back like as soon as you see their message. When you don't get a chance to text them back right away, a lot of them start getting anxious about that, and they start getting emotional about that. And I feel like that's what the universe helps them to recognize as a trigger, and to understand why it is they start, tripping up and feeling this way when it comes to this person. Is it about this person, or is it about something within them and the way that they perceive relationships and the way that they are in relationships? So yeah, they don't seem to get these types of soul lessons from anybody else other than this divine feminine. And that's why they are just continuously drawn to you, even if it might be in like the most immature of ways sometimes, divine feminine. Okay. What else do they want you to know? Okay. Oh, we got a few here. Okay. So for those of you who are involved in karmic connections, like your masculine has a karmic partner, one of the messages here, it says, don't be fooled by my karmic, and then it says provocation. Okay, so a lot of you might see certain things on social media and it's a specific message, and maybe it may not resonate for every single one of you, but the karmic partners may tend to try to present an image that things are good, things are okay, that they're happy, but I feel like your karmic is having to watch this masculine go through this stuff, which is why they're so desperate to try to show that they're in a relationship, things are fine, because I feel like behind closed doors, and many of you can sense it too, like when you see the pictures, you can just look at your masculine's eyes and read his energy to a T. A lot of your karmics too, they might not like showing their eyes in pictures as well, because they know divine feminine, as soon as you read the eyes, it's like you just know. Okay, and they might, for some weird reason, like to block that off, especially if they take pictures with your masculine. You might find like sunglasses tends to be a theme with the karmic partner. I don't know like why that came out, but it just did. So yeah, like pay attention to like your ability to be able to do that, because I feel like the universe is giving you an indication here that, your gifts are on point in terms of reading energy through people's eyes and things like that, their body language, stuff like that. Okay. Many of you are like, I'm not fooled, and I know exactly what you're talking about to intuitive. Okay, so for those of you who have been experiencing this type of energy, like your intuition is bang on in terms of just don't even be bothered by it, because it's more tiring for them to try to do this stuff anyway, than it is for you to even get a reaction. And I feel like lately there hasn't been any type of reaction whatsoever from a lot of you with interactions with your masculine, especially through things like following you through fake accounts and like just again trying to get you riled up. It's like even energetically they can't feel your reactions, divine feminine. Okay, so another message here, it says, I've been working, don't worry like that. Okay, so many of your masculines are trying to let you know as well that if they're MIA from the scene right now and you guys are just wondering what they're up to, a lot of them are working. It's their way as well of trying to stay peaceful among the thorns with this card here as well. Working a lot or doing a lot of overtime. It might just be their way of like carving out time away from people, just to kind of think about things. You know what I mean? This might be a masculine who like works the whole department by himself. Like he usually works night shift. He spends a lot of time on his own when he does his job. And they want to let you know, like they think about you during this time as well. And if a lot of you again are wondering why they're MIA, it's because they're working. With this card as well, I see working on myself. I'm hearing that for a lot of you, and you guys can feel this too, because you might be in that energy too, where you're just consistently putting in more effort into exploring your hobbies more, relaxing more. Maybe a lot of you are finding time to just de-stress and do nothing for a day rather than being on the go. Like you're really putting a lot of emphasis into taking care of yourself right now, working on yourself. And many of your masculines want you to know that when you're in that energy, like it's mirrored, they're also doing inner work as well. Okay. And the last message here from the masculines is that I keep your pictures in a safe place. Okay, so looking at your pictures, it might be in like a hidden folder on their computer. They might actually have like physical copies of your pictures, and no one is able to find these pictures. It's just in a place where they're able to go to. And another thing about the eyes is that your divine masculine also finds your eyes very beautiful and healing, divine feminine. They might love pictures of you where you're smiling, or you're in a moment where you're happy, or you're posing because you took a picture specifically for them. They might look at these pictures and there's something about like just connecting to you in this way that's really healing. It's really special for them. I see them looking at your pictures, and they might spend time, I don't know if this is gonna sound weird, but like they might like the shape of your eyes, or they might be observing like, you know, your collarbone, or like your neck, or, you know, the way your hair might be like tucked behind your ear, or and I've mentioned this in a past reading too, where they like to zoom in on your pictures. Okay, so a lot of them are doing these types of things at this time because they're deeply holding space for healing. But it's like, I feel like you're a big part of this healing for them at this time. And it's interesting because it's like, I don't feel like many of the feminines have any desire to communicate with their masculines in the 3D. And it's at a time where a lot of your masculines are thinking about you so heavily and so deeply. And, you know, a lot of them just feel the love, like they feel the connection, and they're in a place of trying to understand it a little bit more deeply. So for a lot of you, I would say like just communication and 3D and all of that stuff, it's not really like a focus right now. For a lot of you, it's getting back in touch with communicating telepathically and like continuing to take care of yourself. And just because you feel your masculine coming towards you again doesn't mean that you slip up and you get off your throne. And, you know, it still means to continue to heal and take care of yourself. And any types of offers that are coming towards you, you're in an even better place to make sure that it's a solid offer, because at this time a lot of them know that your intuition has developed so much to the point where it's like you can sense the games before they even begin. And a lot of you, it's really hard to get to you right now is what I'm hearing, divine feminine. Okay, I love you guys, take care, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.